Welcome to this first installment of Bootsy Beer. Bootsy was going to be with us. Well, I wanted her to be with us, and then she changed her mind. Well, she didn't change her mind, she said no. So Bootsy will not be with us today when we're making Bootsy Beer. Now I have to explain what's going on. See, I wasn't going to start this till Tuesday. Today is Sunday. But my pears were getting ripe, and I had to do something with them. Well, they wasn't ripe. I could have ate a couple of them and got drunk. So they were a little bit overripe. So what I'm going to do now is move my tobacco and pull my pears. Here's some pears that I've already washed. And basically what I want to show you is the first steps of making this wine. These pears are just like an apple. And if you look at apple wine and pear wine, the instructions to make them are virtually the same. One thing we have to have is this core remover, because in the wine you don't want any seeds. So the way I'm going to take this core remover is I'm going to take it. What? It's making too much noise if I push it on the table. I'm going to take the core out. There you go. Now I'm going to cut this pear. You just have to excuse the rat on the table, but I'm using what I got. So now I'm going to take the parts of the pear that I cut, and I'm going to put them in my bin. What I'm going to do is, when I get done cutting all these pears up, I'm going to put them in the refrigerator, because some of them have already started fermenting, and I don't want them to ferment yet. I mean, it don't hurt nothing. But, here's the tool. The apple core remover. Okay. So I put off more than I could chew. I was doing these in the kitchen. I was shooting the pear cores across the kitchen. And I'm just kind of glad Mom didn't see that, because she's been mad. But again, we're going to remove the cores from these pears. The reason I was in the kitchen is because I washed all these pears. And if you look, I told you that you can't have any seeds. See, these pears, they look just like an apple on the inside. So, if you know what the inside of an apple looks like, you know what the inside of a pear looks like. And there's another seed. And my job is to get rid of these seeds. Okay, this is day one. For the rest of the day, I'm going to be decoring these pears and making sure that there's no seeds. Then I'm going to put them in the refrigerator and refrigerate them until Tuesday. The people at the Let's Do Wine, they called me Saturday and said that my product was on the way. Now the product that I'm ordering, as I put it into the wine or use the chemicals, I'll explain to you what I'm doing. Pears kind of have their own setup for what you need to do, and so it takes some certain chemicals, some certain acids and enzymes, and these are what they use in professional wineries, and I'm trying to make my wine as professional as I can. Of course, I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. But right now I want to decore my pears, and I'm going to weigh them to see how much I have. The reason I'm going to weigh them is because I've got a chart that tells me if I've got this many pears, use this much pectic enzyme and this much acid blend and this much yeast and this much sugar. So I've got to make sure how much pear product I have. So this is the end of this video, and I hope that you learned something about decoring pears. The objective is make sure all the seeds are gone. Once the seeds are gone, then you chop it up. What we're going to do later, we're going to crunch these bad boys up and get the juices out of these pieces that I have, and we'll get the juices out of them. Now if they ferment, see if they start fermenting, I don't care, because I'm going to have them in the refrigerator, which should slow it down. But my little plastic thing here, it's going to catch all the juices. So when I go to make my wine, I can just pour the juices, whatever juices have accumulated, out of here into my fermentation container, which I'll show you my fermentation container later. But everything I'm using you can find around the house. The companies, they sell a lot of products you can use to make a real good quality wine, but right now I'm not going through those expenses. I mean, I'm a part-time parts delivery boy. You know, I can't afford a $200 fermentation container, and I can't afford all that. So we're going to try doing it with what we have. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you've enjoyed this.